I'm Alex.
And I'm Teddy.
And I'm Spencer.
And we are
The Button Mappers.
Hey, the Button Mappers.
All right, now I'm recording. And now everyone goes silent. We forgot.
We're shy.
What a way to roll in the new year.
We're shy. We haven't done a podcast in a while. You know,
It's been a minute.
we're bashful.
Yeah. Ooh.
Ooh.
I don't.
I'm blushing.
I don't even want. I don't know.
Yeah. How do I do this? How do I do the podcast?
Gosh, guys. 2024 year of the bashful mappers. What's going on?
Ready
All right,
for another
hello.
great year, everybody. What's up? Is this how we're starting? With like whiny me?
Yep. Whiny you. Bring out your wine. It's time.
It was the
for
failed.
more button mapping.
The failed extension for the Wii U.
the whiny you for the single moms.
Everyone just complained about it though.
Yeah, that's the code name. Code name wine you.
I was thinking it was like one of those, you know, those like peripherals where you like put like your Wiimote into like a tennis racket, and it's basically the same thing. It just looks like a tennis racket. I was thinking that, but like you put your Wiimote into like a bottle of wine, and then you just drink the wine, and then it's like 10 points. You know,
I do that every Friday. The most use I got out of my Wii controller. So, hello, Button Mapper community. Welcome back. 2024, new year, new us. So exciting. We got lots of new stuff on the horizons. How much dawn do we have? 0, but we still condition our hair. Alex and Spencer, tell the viewers what they can expect from the Button Mappers this month and this year.
Well, actually, I will say this. I stopped conditioning my hair.
Oh.
Yeah, I used to condition it, and then I stopped. And I've been letting my natural oils take over just to kind of see how it goes. Yeah, it leaves my hair with a weird smell.
how's it going for you?
Oh. Weird smell.
I do need to shampoo it more often. So I was doing it none, and then I raised it to like once a week.
That's good.
But I'm trying to not use conditioner just to see what like my natural hair without all that stuff is. It's been a journey.
And I'm doing the opposite.
Whoa.
I'm actually conditioning my hair every hour.
Wow.
Hour. it's gonna fall out soon.
Bald Alex.
I was going to do Journey remix where it's halfway hair.
That's not Journey, buddy.
living on a hair.
That's Bon Jovi.
Bon Jovi, part of the journey.
He's on a journey too, Alex. Come on. He's on his own journey.
Some could say he's a foreigner where he's going. You know what I mean? like the band Foreigner.
But
Bon Jovi, that's French.
Teddy, what was your question
Bon
about?
Jovi.
Your question was like, what can they expect from us?
Yeah.
They can expect more Button Mappers content than ever flooded to their phone.
Worse content. We're gonna make it worse this year.
Yeah, we're actively trying to make it worse than it's ever been. So make sure that you tune in to see how bad it can get.
How many subscribers could we lose? Find out. It's not that many because we only have 200.
Yeah. We can only lose 200 at the most.
That'd be tough. We'd all have to actively unsubscribe from our own channel.
We would.
Yeah. We make up at least 3.
Yeah, we can. It would have to be. I guess the most we can lose is 197.
It's true.
If my math is correct.
Who would be the first of us to unsubscribe from the Button?
I was trying to think like if we got down to where we just had 2 subscribers and we're all trying to like suss out who unsubscribed.
Who was the one?
Yeah. That'd be a whodunit for the ages.
Dude.
I think
clips.
I think it would be Alex.
Yeah, I don't like our show very much. You got me.
There you have it. Well, we do have this wheel of names up. I like looking at our names. But before we talk about our names, Alex, what month is it? What time is it?
It's Digiwary. Digiwary. Digimon. Digital monsters. The mappers are doing Digimon for some reason. Here we are. We're going to do Digimon all month long. It's a special month in place of Pokéwary this year. And we're going to see how it goes. Very excited. I know everyone's excited for Digiwary. And yeah, and we have a name. We have a wheel here of the wheel of names from wheelofnames.com. Because usually at this point in the show, right, we would usually announce like what the next month's theme is. But we have a new game this year, a new special game. How does it work, Teddy?
Welcome to the game show. This is the Button Mappers Decide. What are the Button Mappers going to decide? Well, we've left it up to each individual, Alex, Spencer, and me, Teddy, to decide what is the map out game and theme for next month. So, in order to determine that, to make all things fair, we're going to spin a wheel, and whoever gets their name picked gets to pick the theme and map out game for next month. It'll be a live reveal. We don't even know what the others are picking. It's very exciting.
It will be a live reveal to us.
It'll be a live reveal to them
Indeed.
too when they listen to it. They will be alive.
I should hope so.
Unless
Although
you're
the dead
dying.
reveal is enticing, you know.
And like, unless you're listening to this in your car right now and you're getting into a car crash at this very moment,
Yeah.
and then by the time we reveal it, you might be dead.
That's true.
Dying reveal is good, but live reveal preferred.
Well, we had a meeting about this. I specifically said we need a market to living people only. I don't want to market to the dead
Yeah.
anymore. I'm done
Like,
with
damn
that.
it.
They're an untapped but unfruitful market. I've always said that.
There you go. Yeah, I can go back in the the archives and find a time. All right, so drum roll, please.
It's not really picking
The
up.
next
Okay.
and the map out theme for March will go to
It's
Oh,
staged.
Hey!
Come on.
That was
that the noise that you picked?
yeah, you picked ghosts.
Ghosts. Okay. All right. Well, congratulations, Teddy. You're the winner.
The map out game for March is Gunstar Heroes. And the theme is treasure.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
There you go.
Very cool.
Gotta get my shovel. Get my shovel. Dig up some treasure.
Look forward to it next month. All right. That is the Wheel of Names. So I will be off the wheel for next month.
Yeah. I can't wait till like the third month when it's just one of us on the wheel. We still have to spin it.
Yeah. Spin the wheel.
It's just one name.
I wanted to
Of name. Sorry.
Name.
I wanted to either win this month or May. I do not want to win April. So hopefully I don't win that one.
Oh, is it 5 Fridays?
No, it has to do with because I have a perfect name for it. But
Gapril.
it doesn't work with A.
Gapril. Gay monster.
Gunstar
Gapril. I don't even want to know what Gapril is. I'll take a pass on that one.
I was trying to help you assign your month, Spencer.
It's Grape-Roll. A game's about grapes.
There's a lot to pick from.
All right, so leave questions about treasure for next time, everybody. Hell yeah.
Speaking of questions, we got questions all about Digimon, Digital Monsters, Digi.
Oh, but don't we have to say like go to our Discord and go to YouTube.
It's a great plug, Spencer. I love this plug.
Hold on. I'll say it. Go to our
Okay.
Discord. And like go to other stuff too. Yes,
Didn't you guys- were you-
If you want to see,
wasn't everybody listening supposed to subscribe?
if you want to see more of us, that's cool.
That's fine. Nice.
If you want to subscribe, it's up to you. You decide.
Yeah.
We're gonna leave the subscribe button right here. You push it if you want to.
No pressure.
I'm just
Go
kidding.
tell
Push
your
the fucking
mom.
button. Push the button.
Oh wow.
Subscribe. Subscribe. We're on YouTube and we're also on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and we have a Discord and the thing, and we're on Pornhub this year. He's gonna upload all of our episodes. Confuse everybody there.
Yeah, we decided that whoever wins the spin also has to do a striptease on Pornhub. So Teddy, congratulations. You're going to have a little bit of a show going on that we can all onto the Button Mappers Pornhub channel. So,
This sounds like it's a great market move for my career.
yeah.
Well, we need some extra.
I got
We
a
need
lot
some
of
extra.
longevity now.
We need some extra money for the show. So it's like a live cam situation.
Yeah.
You'll be seeing a lot more clips this year. Put it that way.
Seeing a lot more of Teddy in the Button Mappers.
I'll be editing behind the scenes because I'm jobless and topless, both at the same time.
Jobless and topless.
Yeah. That was my theme for if I was going to win my spin. Jobless and topless.
That's a good name for a biography. Jobless and topless.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like a resume. Jobless and topless. Will work for food. And a bra. Okay, the first question comes from me, Majority. Review Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth.
Make me.
Okay, don't.
Okay. So we were supposed to do this game for this month's map out. We can go ahead and talk about that, I guess, because we're not doing it now. But we all played it. We all played some of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thoughts?
So I played about 5 hours. I got to chapter 2. And it was marketed as like a Persona-like game, like the modern Personas. Maybe because of like the high school setting, but it's a little bit more than that. It's about like being a young hacker and hacking into like digital mainframes, and these Digimon are supposed to represent like, I don't know, hackers or something. The story is kind of, I don't know, it's interesting. It's like you play a detective or something, you're trying to figure out something in the cybersphere. But what the real selling point is the Digimon and the constant flux of them. Instead of catching monsters like you would in a Pokemon game, you generate them after you've encountered them enough, and then you can evolve them. You put them on a Digifarm. I really like the way that the gameplay works. It moves very fast, and you get to see and experience a lot of Digimon. So that's cool.
Spencer?
I felt when playing it that it was like if somebody from my generation wanted to make their own Pokemon game, but they had no actual ability to make a video game. But they're like, it was all of their ideas, but no actual like game to support it. So like it's like when I was playing Pokemon, it was an adventure, and there's all these really cool ideas that come from a game design perspective. And then when I grow up, I say, yeah, but what if there were characters with tits in it? And it was like, it was weird seeing that, and I was like, I thought this was a children's like game or a children's product, and then there are very provocative looking women like constantly thrown in your face. The gameplay is like sucked right out of Persona. So, and then it's got like it's a little bit different than the Persona way of like fusing monsters and getting new ones and etc. But you can see there's a relationship there. Certainly, maybe it feels even more like a different game that I'll probably be talking about later, called Dragon Quest Monsters. I saw more of that in it, honestly, but boy, was it brutal to sit through that. It was very odd. That's all I can say about it. It was a very strange game.
To your point, I think Digimon was a property geared at kids. I think it's like skewed its age based on people that grew up with it. Now.
Right? Yeah.
Like, I think current Digimon stuff is more it's more for people our age that maybe knew Digimon when we were younger, maybe. Because it seems like a lot like the game I played for Game Dog today seemed to be like that too, where it's like going for an older audience but still Digimon. I've probably played the most Cyber Sleuth out of all of us because I think I'm hovering around 20 hours of Cyber Sleuth on the Switch, and I've had it for a couple of years. So I mean, I haven't beat it, but I put time in here and there. I like it. It's a fun monster tamer. You know, it's not gonna overtake Persona per se, but in terms of like at the time when I first got it, the Pokemon games that were on the Switch at that time, I think it was better than those. Now maybe Pokemon is overtaken it with like the Arceus and maybe even Scarlet and Violet. I haven't played that one or either like any of those games, but from what I hear, maybe they've gotten better. But at the time, I think this was the best monster tamer on the Switch, and it did its job. I liked it. But
I will say I got up to chapter 3 and I have not turned off the auto battle. And I've not come close to losing. And I'm not using the extra powerful Digimon that they just like hand you at the beginning. I have just using the starter Digimon that I got. And I have not stopped using auto battle. Even for bosses, for anything.
Yeah, the battles don't really make you think, which also reminds me of modern Pokemon as well. God.
Well, they make it very easy not to think in modern Pokemon. They literally tell you what is not super effective.
They literally, I can level up a Pokemon to level 45 without even touching it, you know? So it's like, yeah. it's
they do that in the Digi Farm too. It's easy.
Well, they do that in this game as well. Just having them in your party. There's also like XP share, but I'm saying like it's akin to that when it comes to the battling aspect. But I think
it's
the other
different
aspect,
though. It's its own thing, you know, because you have like it's not single battles, it's triple battles.
It's a threesome.
Yeah. Stay tuned for sexy Digimon.
I liked it. That's my score. I liked it.
Made me a little sick.
You got sick?
Made me a little sick. I recommend Persona.
Yeah. It was unique. I guess I like the dungeon aspect and like the grinding and the level up experience and basically being able to pick from any of these murderous monsters. They destroy everything in their path. So that's cool. That's my rating.
Yeah. It's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
There's our review. Digimon Cyber Sleuth. It has 2 stories. I didn't play the other one.
Yeah, well, they're like 2 separate games because these were originally, I think, Vita games, and then they got re-released like together. So the other one is like Hacker's Memory. So it's technically 2 games in the series.
Just play Persona.
What if you've already done that?
And play it again. It's infinitely better than this.
There we go. All right, next question comes from the legend of Leo. What are your fondest memories with Digivice toys?
Oh, I remember my first time with a Digivice. It was a month ago.
What? Give us the scoop.
I don't remember ever like playing with them as a kid. I thought I saw them one time, but I was like trying to look it up. I saw something else. They used to have something that was kind of like a Digimon toy, but it was like and tell me if you guys remember these. You scanned barcodes and you fought monsters together, like little devices. But they were not Digimon though. I like looked it up, so I have no experience with the Digivice toys.
That makes two of us.
I'm a little too old for that, so yeah, I don't I don't have anything.
Well, you aren't too old for
Yep.
the Digimon toys, right? Because they came out like same time Pokemon.
Came out a little
Came
after.
out. The actual toys? I thought they were like 95ish.
Were they? Okay, well, I didn't know about it until after I knew like a good chunk about
Yeah,
Pokemon.
they were a spin-off of Tamagotchi.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I never played with Tamagotchis, so I don't.
Well,
No experience
but-
with the Digivice, but I love the Pokewalker. That was my jam.
Well-
I don't have a Digivice. My vices are alcohol and strippers.
Oh, my vice is Vice City because I love GTA.
Leo, if you want to know more about Digivices, we might have an episode this month where I
Maybe.
might have bought us all. I might have bought us all Digimon things.
Yeah,
Digivices.
my fondest memory of a Digivice is opening mine on Christmas morning and being very, very confused in front of my family. Yay!
Hooray!
Yeah,
It's the
Spencer-
best of one. Best
Spencer,
memory of
okay,
one.
so like I sent them to you guys as Christmas presents, and they were supposed to go with like another gift. And Spencer's other gift, unknown to me, did not show up. So Spencer only had the Digivice, and I just got a refund for his gift that didn't show up, so I have to send him another gift. But I did not know that, so like here I thought like he opened it with another present, but he just opened the Digivice by itself.
I was like, yes,
That's amazing.
this.
What Digimon? Oh, we'll find out. You have to stay tuned for the Digivice episode to find out what Digimon we got. Wait for fond memories. Legend of Leo. Just saying.
Digivice, digital vices. Agumon is an alcoholic.
Agumon's got a porn addiction.
Before I continue, is this view okay? Do you want the comment as close to us as possible? Or you want like in the middle?
Middle is better.
Say one.
Keep going.
People at home are like, "Why are you doing this?
Keep going.
What is that?"
That's good. That's good.
All right. Next up is not a question, but I want to shout out Retro Tiburon. What's going on? He's a shark with glasses. Pretty cool dude. Good stuff, dudes. I've always wanted to play the Wario Game Boy game. I'm a Wario. I'm gonna win.
Isn't it like a couple
Thanks for
hours? Go play
why.
it. It's like 2
I-
hours long.
The Wario Game Talk is the only Game Talk that I regret one of my question answers, because mine was "I'm gonna win" or like one of the, or "Do I missed," but then like I was watching a video and I forgot that in the earlier Mario parties, Wario screams, "Oh my god!" and I was like, "Damn it, that was my favorite Wario quote."
Oh my god, that's what he says.
Yeah, in Mario Party 1, he screams, "Oh my god," and then they like took that out. It's like the funniest clip.
It's pretty good. All right. Everybody hail the question minister. It's Bio Phoenix here.
It's a prime question, Minister.
As the Metroid Prime question minister, he gets 2 questions for Game Talk. Question 1. What is an animal that you think would be helpful if you can strap a ton of guns to it, Digimon style? Go.
Helpful in terms of murder? Is that
Turtle.
the implication?
In terms of getting a high score.
In terms- like mowing the lawn, or like helpful? Helpful is such a strange word for this question.
Manatee. That way it won't kill me. It'll be stuck
I'm going-
underwater.
I think turtle has the most surface area, so I can probably get some more like flat. You know, it's like kind of roundish.
It
so I
sounds
think
like
some
you're-
guns really.
I feel like you're cheating because you're just naming Blastoise.
Oh, that's true. Okay, I'll take turtle back. I'll think of something else because that is just Blastoise.
Okay, if you're gonna take it back, I will say turtle because Blastoise.
You
is
fuck
cool.
you, Spencer. No, it's gotta have more guns than Blastoise though. It's like Blastoise but with like 8 cannons.
Yeah. Oh, like Ultimate Blastoise.
That's a Digimon. That's a Digimon right
Yeah,
there. That's why I love Digimon designs because they're like I actively think they're like, how can we make this look as dumb as possible? For like some of the designs of like, hell yeah. That's how I'd do it. I'm gonna go with horse. But you strap the guns to its back legs so it fires them backwards when it kicks, you know.
Very good. Teddy?
I'm not inspired. Dinosaur, I guess.
It's not an animal.
T-Rex.
Yeah, sure it is.
It's not an animal. I can't go outside and find a dinosaur.
Well,
It
you
doesn't have to be existing.
Yeah, it
just
doesn't
has to
say.
be animalistic.
I don't believe it existed.
Oh,
What am I saying?
damn. He got you, dude.
You don't like. He didn't know. He got the archaeologist.
Dude, you
That's
know those dinosaurs.
conspiracy time.
Dinosaurs were just put there to trick you people
Yeah.
into thinking that the Earth is that old. It's actually like what, 200 years old
2000.
at most.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's made up. It's all made up.
yeah.
You got Teddy.
Somebody can trace Jesus in their genealogy. 200 years ago.
Yeah, I knew him, dude.
There you go.
No,
Maybe
I
the
didn't know-
world is
200
younger
years
than you
ago.
think.
I just know a guy that knew him, and that guy is Brian. That guy's I Got Kings.
Yeah. Well, dude, back in his day, he walked the dinosaur, so I got you there.
Shit.
Oh shit, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right. I'll let dinosaur slide.
off a
Throw
cliff.
dinosaurs on a slide.
Whoa!
They already did.
Oh yeah.
Because they're all dead.
Wah, wah. You too. Could you guys sing the original Digimon theme song? Spencer?
Digimon, digital monsters.
I wanna be a Digimon. No one ever was.
We are fighting dreamers, not reboot. Naruto.
Oh,
I don't know anything about Naruto. Yeah.
neither do I.
Well, we know what Spencer knows. It's
Sounds
blue-haired ninja kid.
Yeah. Yes, Naruto with his blue hair. It's like Digimon, digital monsters. Digimon is it champions?
Best?
Yeah, champions.
Champions?
I only know that
That's-
like
yeah,
the main verse.
That's it. That's all I got.
Digimon are my friends.
I bet because it was probably, I don't know if 4Kids did the early dub for it like Pokemon, but it was probably one of those one of those studios. So it probably had like some dumb rap in there.
Yeah. Digimon, check them out. Here they come, one by one.
Yeah, something like that.
It'd be so
It's
easy.
so much fun with the Digimon.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Agumon, Scissorsmon, Pencilmon, Watermon. Watermon.
I think you made some of those up.
I think they're all real.
Pretzelmon.
Pretzel.
Shoelace-mon.
Orangemon, Applemon, Xboxmon. Oh,
Wait a second.
they're close.
Yeah, the Digi
Thanks.
rap. Yeah.
Thanks to the question minister, prime question minister.
Yes.
Oh, I love my steak.
Yeah.
We're going middle. All right, Turbo Zone 90013Q.
Turbo.
You're working at Bandai Namco, Turbo, and you have to come up with a Digimon game with digital cryptocurrency involved. How fast do you quit your job?
Immediately.
As soon as I heard crypto, I'm in.
Yeah, there's something cool to this. It's like you have different coins based off of like you don't use the existing Digimon, you make your own Digicoins.
Right.
and so it's like Shibamon, and just different like existing coins, but you make a Digimon coin version of it.
Oh, okay. So like Dogemon.
Dogemon, yeah.
Alex, you need to pitch this. I think you came up with something here.
All right.
There's real-
I gotta go, guys. I gotta go to Bandai Namco headquarters in Japan.
There's real money / value in what you've created. I think we should do it.
You've
I gotta catch a
unintentionally
flight.
created a genius idea.
Yes.
He's meeting with freaking Steve Jobs now.
How fast do I quit my
I'm in
job? I do it immediately because I want to do this job.
Oh,
Oh.
Yes.
you had 2 jobs.
No,
Now you have one.
I only have one.
I just like the idea of showing up the Bandai Namco HQ, and I'm in pajamas right now. Like I have sleep pants on because I'm just lazy this morning. So like I'm just gonna show up in fucking pajamas and be like, "Hey, I got a Digimon cryptocurrency idea."
Hired.
And they're like speak Japanese back to me because I can't speak Japanese.
You had me at pajama pants.
Dude, show up to work in pajamas. We're in. We're entering the mainframe.
I love the idea that the positiver just says didn't know about the question rule. I assume there's more, but it's just funny that it's just like that.
You yelled at him.
Good.
You yelled at him, Spencer.
And I'm sure he deserved it.
Positivity in his life.
I don't. I don't.
He needs to balance it out.
I don't remember this situation. I'm sure what he did was ask 2 questions. But I don't recall it.
Combined them. He asked about the WarioWare games and Wario Land games.
Okay, well there you go. He broke the rules. He got put in his place, and I appreciate you apologizing for it. I assume, technically though. Okay, hold on. Technically, that isn't an apology though. Didn't know about the question rule, so he's kind of still on. I think the button mapper shit list, and he won't get off of it until he actually gives a formal apology and probably a written letter. I think a written letter to our headquarters would be on the table right now. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Will you settle for a private DM on Discord?
Yes.
When you said our headquarters, I thought of like a Dr. Wily lair like over a volcano or something. That's our headquarters.
I think 2025 we'll have that. We're not there yet, but
Yes, Austin Powers. Let's go.
it's a little tough.
Positiver, you heard it here first. Please write Spencer a formal love letter asking for a
It
date.
doesn't have to be a love letter.
Or it can be a love letter.
It can,
It
but
can.
it doesn't have to be.
All right, now that he
Okay.
knows the question rule. Favorite Digimon design?
All right, hold on. Let me. I know.
Go through
what
all
mine is,
2,000 of them.
but I don't know the name though.
Just insert vegetable, and then put mon at the end.
Corn mon.
Eggplant mon.
Eggplant mon. Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I love eggplant mon. You know what? Unironically, that eggplant in SMT is pretty cool.
It's not a Digimon.
There's also a pumpkin Pokemon. I like that one.
I just found one that actually does look pretty badass. It's called Wizardmon.
If I can.
They're
Wizardmon.
creative.
Looks,
I love what they did with that.
Wizardmon.
it looks cool. I like it.
I'm trying to see if I can. Oh, here he is. I knew somebody put him in the thing for the next episode, so I'm gonna drop him in the chat.
Okay. I'm recording, so I'm not gonna look.
I tried to Google him, but I couldn't. Like Google was like, "What are you talking about?"
The fuck are you talking about?
Like here he is. I just looked up coin Digimon with hat, and Google was like, "Huh."
Abraham Lincoln mon.
I like him. He's funny.
Hatmon.
Atmon Lee.
Yeah.
Atmon Lee.
Thinking type. Atmon Chan.
Can we go the rest of the episode without referencing Pokemon? It's the next challenge for us.
Might be a little difficult. But I would definitely say that in the past, I've really liked the Agumon line, but now I really like that Plantmon.
Mhm. I don't know. Alex, I think the goal of not mentioning Pokemon is just a little bit far fetched.
Who is that?
That's
Your son.
Electromon.
Yeah.
Ratmon.
Yeah. What would Pikachu's name be if he was a Mon?
Fat Ratmon.
Zappy
His-
Mon.
His
Zapmon.
Mousemon.
Chew Spark Chewmon. That probably be it. Something like that.
Yeah, that's the one that would make it.
Mon.
That's the one that would make it, Alex. You got it. Spark Chewmon.
Spark. That would be. That's how the fucking names work, man.
Open Mouthmon.
Because Pikachu's mouth is always open.
Always.
He just always got open. He just breathe. Oh, he's a mouth breather. Like, I like the idea that that you are like at like a Pokemon trainer and you're like camping out and it's like the middle of the night and you just hear.
And then that's just open mouth.
Like Pikachu, close your damn mouth.
Put a sock in it.
Teddy, did you leave a favorite Digimon design?
Yeah, the Plantmon.
Oh, Plantmon, right.
And that's probably the name. I don't even know, but I'm guessing. And I have a 50% chance of being right.
Okay.
Photosynthemon. I'm just going to make up names for him now.
A little complicated.
We're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're almost there.
Wow, Tyler just saying he's not even going to watch Digimon.
I see 4 question marks already. 1, 2, 3, 4. Spencer.
Well, I don't know. I guess if you're not gonna ask, like, and he said he's gonna ignore us for Digimon. That's the
just hubris. Rude. The hubris on Tyler, where he thinks that we can't take 1 month off through January.
Well,
I posted clips all month.
I'm more offended that he said he's not going to watch Digimon. Like he said, he's like, Tyler, even if you don't like Digimon, come for us.
He's not, Spencer. He's not watching.
That's true. No, will.
I'm most offended that he thinks we forgot that Wario was playable in Mario 64 DS, the inferior version.
I love that
always
game.
Forget about that.
I love that game.
I tried a superior version. I can't remember. And I guess I'm siding with Alex now. It's the inferior version. I've grown to appreciate the N64 nub. Yeah.
The N64 did not have a nub. It had a joystick.
It had a nub on the joystick.
Yeah, that wasn't a nub. That was a schlong, dude. That thing's longer than regular joystick.
Who doesn't love playing with the N64 schlong? It's your childhood.
I like it. It just breaks easy.
Oh. Just thought I'd do a little oh ho ho.
Yep.
You know.
That's good.
Easily broken N64 schlong. The DS didn't even have a schlong. Just had a pad.
Had 4 buttons for a 3D game. Perfect.
It had the shoulders.
It had the shoulder. You can use the touch screen.
Come on.
See, everybody has shoulders, but only half the population has a schlong.
That's true. And look, if just like the N64 controller, if you play with your schlong too much, it's gonna get all wonky.
I can't.
Schlong superiority. There you go.
Let's do that.
You can embrace it. Well, we could just move on, I guess.
Let's move on.
Yeah, don't even read the
Digimon
bottom
is too
part.
long, you know.
Don't even read the bottom part of that. Just keep going.
Okay.
Any day now.
Oh, now he asked a question.
Lost. No, you lost question privilege.
Yeah, keep moving.
Oh, it doesn't keep moving because that's the end, so we have to look at it.
Fuck.
Look at it. Look at his question. Sell me on Digimon. Hi, welcome to
Dude.
GameStop.
Digimon, digital monsters. They're the champions. Buy it.
Do you want self-aware Pokemon? Because I feel like Digimon knows it's stupid.
Yeah.
All right, he's not even going to listen to this. So, Terry,
Sure.
why did Digimon lose to the arguably superior Pokemon?
Did it lose?
I think we have an
Were they
award for.
Were they battling?
I've got an award for Terry. It's our first game talk, and he's asked the worst question of the year. I'm so proud of him. Good job, Terry.
Worst of the year. They only go up from here.
Yeah, it only gets better from Digi. Good job.
He knows we wanted to really clip everything this year, so he asked a question that is unclippable.
Okay, look, Digimon and Pokemon both had animes, and they both involved little monsters. But that's
Little
basically it, right? They weren't really competitors. Like nobody's playing the. There weren't really Digimon RPGs on the Game Boy.
I think they were.
Well,
they were unwitting competitors. Like
they were in the same market of like kids media, I guess.
Well, they're in the same market, and it seems like they're the same. They're the one's a copy of the other, because it's like that ends in Mon, Pokemon, Digimon. It's about kids playing with monsters. It seems like the same thing from the outset, and Pokemon was so big, I just don't think there was room for Digimon.
Well, again, like Digimon was just a Tamagotchi spinoff.
That may be the case, but to the untrained eye, they're the exact same thing, but one is a cheaper.
Okay, so Digimon, what I'm seeing that Digimon, the first Tamagotchi toys came out in '97.
There you
go. A couple years after, but
all right.
Still, I mean, they were still doing something completely different.
It wasn't completely different. It seems different, and the origins may be different, but the actual execution, if you go on like the TV show, which is where a lot of this stuff gained its popularity, it's actually quite similar. And it's like...
Yeah, but it says here the show didn't air until 99.
Right. It seems like a cheap imitation.
I guess.
Okay, but Pokemon are in the real world, whereas Digimon are digital.
Yeah, and Pokemon are just competitors to bugs, right? Because that's where they got the idea to catch bugs. So really...
Yeah, they're all just bugs.
Yeah, bugs win.
Toshi's just a bug catcher, you know? Bug aficionado.
But the question is pointless anyway, because it says, why did one thing lose to something that was better? So it doesn't
Did Digimon lose? It's still here.
They lost, Alex.
There are too many fallacies.
They're losers!
Toei Animation is still making brand new Digimon stuff. There's new games coming out. I bought a Digivice for all three of us, brand new. I think there's even a card game still. So
guys. I can fix this question really quick, really easily.
Oh, can you just delete it?
That's an option too. But I thought, did Digimon lose to the arguably superior Pokemon? I ain't deleting.
There we go. Just cut off the Y. Did Digimon lose?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. If they're putting up against their popularity, but
it's not a popularity contest. It's not a popularity contest, right? It's just digital.
Like, damn it, Pokemon cards lost the magic because they're both cards.
I don't know. There's an argument there.
Yeah, that's a better question. Well, there you have it. That's the Q&A for Digiwary.
The episode, everybody.
Thanks for watching.
New Year. I thought we were getting rid of that. Oh,
well, it's our classic bit. We have to do our classic bit.
Old habits die hard, like Bruce Willis. All right, so we're gonna do game talk. I nominate Alex because he's the only one that played a Digimon game for game talk.
Hell yeah! Here I am.
And then
Digimon,
Spencer, you go next.
Digital Mons.
I thought I was going first because of the two games.
Well, he nominated me. I'm going first.
All right.
You want to nominate me, Spencer?
No, I'll go second, and then people don't
okay.
hear my voice too much.
I was nominated. Spencer, don't
it's
take it away
my
from
turn.
Me. It's my turn, Spencer. Stop.
Well, fuck it. I'll just go. If you guys
No,
can't
stop!
decide.
Stop it! I'm already going.
I'm gonna go.
Go. So I was the only one here to actually play the Digimon game because I actually kind of like Digimon, and I didn't know which game to choose, and I played a little bit of a few different games to just test them out. And there was one game that I played that was so fucking bizarre that I was like, all right, that's something I have to talk about. And it's a game that came out in 2022. It is Digimon Survive. That was my game for game time.
Oh,
I'm
I own
sorry.
I played it.
I'm sorry.
I played it. Okay, let me talk because I played it on the Steam Deck, which it's like on the Steam Deck, it's like half compatible with it. My other choice was going to be Digimon World New Order, but that one I actually want to play more of, so I'm not going to do that one right now. I need to put more time into that. This I haven't played too much of, but I feel like with the kind of game it is, I'm okay with just talking about it. Digimon Survive. Before I actually talk about the game itself, it had a interesting development. It was announced in 2018, and it was going to be released in 2019. And that clearly didn't happen because it came out in 2022. At some point, the original developers switched, and they had to basically remake the entire game from scratch. So it led to a long development cycle for a game that should have never have a long development cycle, because Digimon Survive is, I think a lot of people label it as an RPG, but it is not an RPG. Digimon Survive, and this is the way it's always been sold, it is a visual novel with tactical battles. That's exactly what it is. There's no RPG elements except for the tactical battles, which they happen at like scripted points in the narrative. So it's really not an RPG because there's not really any free choice except for like character interactions with the visual novel elements.
It's a PG.
Yeah, it's a PG. It's a playing game, which I actually kind of enjoyed it. But it's so weird to hear about the development of this game having such a hard development for being a visual novel with tactical elements, and then also hearing fan reception because a lot of people review bombed this game because it came out and they were like, "Hey, this is just a visual novel." When the entire time they're in development, they were like, "We're just making a visual novel." And Digimon fans were like, okay. And then it came out and they all bitched about it because it's exactly what they told them they were making. Which is kind of funny. I think this game is interesting because just like Cyber Sleuth, it skews Digimon for a older audience because the narrative so far that I've played is a little more mature. It's about a bunch of high school students. They're at like a summer camp thing. They're on like a little retreat to study, and they go to this shrine, and it turns out this shrine is haunted, and it's like capturing children. Children are disappearing. They don't know where they're going. So you come across some Digimon, and it's up to you and your gang of friends to solve it. And this is not like a Pokemon game or anything like that whatsoever. You have each character has an assigned Digimon. So your main character has like Agumon, of course, and then like the other characters have assigned Digimon for them, and those are the characters that you use in battle. So it's really like a standard party almost. So there's really no monster collecting elements to this game at all. But with that, I mean, from what I've played so far, the visual novel elements, if you're into visual novels, isn't terrible. The writing seems to be fine. The music and presentation seem to be pretty good. The tactical elements, though, like whenever you actually get into a battle, it goes to like a grid, almost like a, I don't even fucking know, Shining Force or something, and like or like a Final Fantasy Tactics, and you're on a grid, and like you can move the Digimon around and like defend and attack and like assist and stuff, but that all seems very surface level. There's not much depth to the combat, which is a little disappointing, but also is probably due to the fact that it's tied directly to a visual novel, so you can't really do much, outside of the combat anyway. So maybe they had to leave it kind of surface level. But yeah, it's a weird game, and I'm probably going to continue it. Like, I haven't hated my time with it, but it's just with this game's weird development and what it's set out to do. Like, I think I saw in an interview, like at the time in 2018, they were coming off of the success of Cyber Sleuth. But both of those games sold like I don't know, it was like it was like 115 million or something. It was big for like Digimon. And they also have the World series, which has been going on since like PS1. So Cyber Sleuth kind of fills the gap for turn-based RPGs. World fills the gap for like action RPGs. So they were like, what do we do? With this new idea. So a tactical RPG seemed to be the idea, but then they slapped on this visual novel element that seemed to take over the tactical RPG side of things, and it's just a weird hodgepodge of ideas. I kind of like it. It's kind of interesting, and I'll probably keep playing it, but just be warned if you ever go into it, like it's not an RPG. It's a visual novel first and foremost.
Okay.
I love Alex defending the people that made this game, like standing up for them, and
they told them exactly what it was.
Okay.
They were like, "Look, this is what we're making."
FYI, I pulled Steam up and pulled up this game on Steam. Are you ready for me to read the first sentence of what they wrote about their game?
Okay.
Here's what they wrote.
Go ahead.
Digimon Survive presents a hybrid visual novel and tactical RPG set in a mysterious world filled with dangerous monsters and deadly battles that will test your ability to survive. Where
maybe the battles get harder later. I don't know. I'm not that far in.
You said that there was no monster collecting. One of the sentences in here says, explore otherworldly areas filled with hidden secrets and Digimon to recruit. So,
recruit. That's the word. You get them as in your party, but you get a set amount of Digimon. You don't get to like capture them.
So you want to know what my physical copy says? So I went to my game shelf and I looked for the letter D, and I found Don Bradman's Cricket.
And what does it say? Anything about Digimon Survive?
Rated 3 for Peggy.
I forgot that you bought that.
Peggy 3. The legend continues. Sir Don Bradman, a revolution in cricket, and now an evolution in gaming. So take it from Don. Get Digimon.
So this game was entirely marketed as a tactical RPG. You saying just because in some like obscure interview they're like, by the way, this is really a more of a visual novel.
That's not an obscure interview. There's I forget the dude's name, but it's the main guy that's over Digimon. It was him.
It doesn't actually say RPG on the box. It just says adventure. An unexpected adventure awaits.
Yeah.
Craft your story in this thrilling visual novel with tactical battles. That's their.
See, that's what it is. That's exactly what it is.
So, well, if you're
this is why PC, everybody defends PC, but really you're getting lied to.
Well, that's a lie too.
Everything you read on the internet.
That's a lie in the back of the box.
It's a thrilling visual novel. That's what everything else.
If you like visual novels and tactical RPGs, the tactical RPGs take up what percentage of this game?
Tactical RPG. It said with a visual novel with tactical battles. That's what Alex said.
What percentage of this game has tactical battles? Would you say?
Well, I played 2 hours and I did 2 battles.
And how long were those battles? How long were those battles?
Not very long.
Not very long.
It took me. No joke. It took me an hour before I saw a battle. I was like, "Is there a game in here?"
An hour before you saw a battle. This is a great game, Digimon Survive.
Oh,
these developers can go 2 hours.
I think it's a good. I think it's
that's
a good
modern gaming nowadays. You go in for an hour, and then you said the same thing for Dragon Quest Monsters. It's like 30 minutes of no game.
Don't think I'm not going to go off on that game either.
This is a battle. This is a battle right here in the middle. Okay. Tactics. Grid. I see a grid.
From my perspective, I think it's a cool visual novel with tactical elements. There you go.
There we go. It says it on the box.
Why don't they just sell it as a visual novel and remove the tactical RPG stuff? Anything about battles, just remove it.
I think it's because visual novels aren't a thing here, really. Like, people don't really care about visual novels.
Are you suggesting that if they sold this as a visual novel, people wouldn't have bought it?
Yeah.
So why not? And therefore, they lied about it and said, by the way, there's combat in it. And it's like, yeah, barely. Like
There is.
like
Yeah, but
barely.
it's very surface level.
And that's
Yeah.
why people have an absolute right to complain about this bullshit game.
I was just saying though, they were pretty upfront about it though from the get go. At least in terms of the development. Maybe things changed when they switched developers because again, there was like I think Hyde finished it, but there was like some other company started it. And then they had to like restart development.
So you're saying that if you
This
followed
looks
the
like
game,
a visual novel first, though. If you're in it for a visual novel, then it sounds like it's interesting. I'm interested.
I
I'm
think
not like a big
it
visual
is
novel
interesting.
guy, you know.
Yeah, me either. It's like when I play it, I have to play it like small doses. Like I can't visual novel a lot. Like I've tried to, but visual novels just fucking after like 30 minutes to an hour, I'm like, oh, man, my brain hurts. I'm gonna do something else. Like I'm tired of looking at pictures of one person and like reading text. Like I want to do something.
pass.
Yeah, it's
It is
not a
a
Spencer
Digimon
game.
game for Diguary, so
I
I'm,
do think
you know,
it's
content.
I do think it's hilarious that it came out. They delayed it from 2019 to 2022. Had to redo the game, and it didn't have a chance because you know what it came out between, Spencer? Games of 20 big RPGs and in 2022.
To anywhere near decent games? What are they?
It was sandwiched between and I could say this wrong because I don't know the game. It's but Live Alive, right? That one, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3. It was sandwiched between those two games.
Oh, live alive, whatever that one is. That's kind of obscure, but yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Not the remake. I feel like the remake was pushed pretty hard. On like
Yeah,
Digimon
but
Survive might be the most enticing pick of those three.
No.
Depending who you ask.
Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is definitely big time.
Did you survive?
If you've put
Digimon
in the
survive?
200 hours prior, I don't know.
No,
Did
you don't.
live?
You
Did
don't need to
live?
play the other two to play 3.
Do you need to play Live Alive to play Digimon Survive? They all have to do with life.
That's
Except
true.
Xenoblade.
Xenoblade has plenty to do with life and love.
You must have this little of a life.
Yeah, but can I
Get
hang
this
out
one.
with Agumon?
Yeah. Can I make
I wanna talk to
especially grim choices when I happen to also get in tactical battles along the way?
Oops, a battle.
It's
That's what it should be called.
Put that
so
there.
weird. So weird. Like all the newer Digimon games I've played, like Cyber Sleuth, Survive, and World Next Order, they're all like weirdly adult in some ways. Like Cyber Sleuth had like the sexual looking characters and stuff, and like hacking things. That game, Survive, has like a horror-ish element to it with like the haunted shrines and stuff, and like kids disappearing.
Yeah.
And then World Next Order has like a thing of like there's a whole thing of like your Digimon die and then they're reincarnated, so it's like they're expected to die, and it's like that's kind of fucked up. I don't think kids would like that very much. If like it's like no, your Digimon are gonna die, then they're gonna come back as something else. So I'm like, man, it's
the
Digimon's
circle.
weird.
Circle of life.
I think Digimon is a lost property. Everyone making Digimon games is very confused, and pull the plug, boys. This journey's over.
Bye, Bon Jovi.
It's making money for Bandai Namco, so I doubt it.
I'd like to see the returns.
All that visual novel crowd out there. The furry crowd is really getting into it, you know?
Yeah. I don't want their dollar.
All I'm saying is that you guys should get ready for Visual Novel Month.
Oh.
I actually, you know what? I would play that because I think that opens the door for Phoenix Wright.
I guess that is a
Phoenix,
visual
right?
novel. Right? I mean, yeah. You're technically right.
I'm game.
I've never thought about Phoenix Wright as being a visual novel, but yeah.
Hope there's
I don't know
no
what we'd
objections.
map out, but
Agumon objects.
I hope you signed up for Professor Layton's class. It's a puzzle game. What am I saying?
Objectamon.
Objection, man.
All right. Well, that was Survive. Did you guys
We
survive the
survived.
review?
Yeah, we did. We made it.
All right.
We're
Digimon
here.
fans, you can leave now because we're not talking about Digimon for the rest of the episode.
Tylord, come on in.
Just kidding.
Welcome back. Timestamp starts here. Digimon, non-Digimon. Diginon.
Digigon.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
non.
bye-bye.
Like good, like at like an Indian
Pita?
restaurant. You get, yeah, it's a
Yeah.
non. Oh man,
Oh, yeah.
that was one of many Indian food jokes I'll be making this year.
Pretty straightforward. Year of the
We're going
Indian
in some
food joke.
weird new directions.
Next month I'll be talking about samosas. Get ready.
I can't wait to see how much favor you curry.
Oh, that was good. That was good.
Dude, I love curry. Oh my god.
Yeah. We'll see who's the GOAT this year. Spencer, you're up.
I would like to talk to you guys today about Dragon Quest Monsters. What is this one called again?
Ooh. Dragon Quest Monsters.
Is it the new one?
Yeah.
The Dark Prince arises.
Purple Rain.
Rises.
The Dark Prince
Dark Knight rises.
cometh.
Yeah, the dark
Fallen.
the Dark Knight. Do you know how I got these scars?
Yeah.
Erdrick.
This is the
I have a story.
My father, the Dark Prince.
this game released on December 1st, 2023. It's the Dragon Quest Monsters we deserve, but not the one that we need right now.
Hardly.
It's you go into it thinking you're gonna play like a Pokemon type spinoff, but the game is entirely auto battle. It doesn't let you control them, so it's actually a lot more akin to like a management simulator. Which I haven't played a Monsters game in a while, so maybe they've all been like that. I just didn't think of it that way. Anyone can correct me.
First one was
Okay, there you go. So like
the Game Boy Color one, yeah.
I don't know. I just, and that's okay. Once you get over that mental hump of it's more of a like a management simulator. You kind of you get back into a groove. It's about Dragon Quest IV. You're playing as Sorrow the Manslayer, and you're looking at his story from beginning to end, how he became the villain of 4. Interesting idea. A lot of the other Dragon Quests are, the spin-offs are related to a certain numbered game in the series, so I can appreciate that. Boy, is this game ugly. Like, the fact that this game is $60 is kind of a slap in the face, and in no way would I ever have bought it if it weren't a Dragon Quest property, which clearly they knew, so they got me there. I did not buy Treasures, I'll say that much, but watching it is like watching definitely a budget title. This game should have been $40, and I probably at that point would have gotten it on sale. But it is what it is. If you're gonna play it, expect just to look pretty shitty, low res, which really kind of hurts me because they literally like 5 years ago released Dragon Quest 11S on the Switch. So they have a game and an engine that works beautifully and looks great, and they chose not to use it and make a new engine that's like significantly uglier and like remake the enemies, because they had a whole bunch of enemies they could have just plopped from that game and put into this one, but they didn't. They chose to make a downgraded version in just about every way. So kind of a slap in the face, this game. There's a lot of story presented to you up front, but it does become more of the gameplay pretty quickly. I'd say there's about like an hour worth where you're just learning about the world and the story, and it's a little bit more than I'd like, but it gets to the action pretty quickly after that, so I'm not too concerned with that. The game, once you get started, is more about collecting the monsters, Combining them into new monsters that carry over traits, kind of like an SMT, but you don't get to control anybody. Not nearly as deep either. But if you like the monsters from Dragon Quest, which I do, there you can find appreciation in it. There's a lot of monsters, but a lot of reskins as well. I do not recommend. I wouldn't play it unless you're a diehard Dragon Quest fan. Then there's a lot to like here, but it's hidden under some really like low quality production. I think that's really the big problem I have with it is just the production is just so low that it's really hard to excuse it in this day and age. So, Dragon Quest Monsters.
That's disappointing. I was looking at because I don't know anything about Dragon Quest. You could tell me this game's amazing. I wouldn't know. But I was looking on Wikipedia to see who the developer was, and I don't know how you say it. It's Toze Software. I don't know how you say it, but they've done a lot of stuff, and they did World of Final Fantasy, which is like a good monster tamer.
It's
game.
all right.
No, okay. It was good at a time where Final Fantasy was about hot guys in a car. World of Final Fantasy, yeah. World of Final Fantasy was a bright spot. I was like, yeah, this game's awesome.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I think that's the difference is that Dragon Quest XI was so beloved. And so if you compare it to Dragon Quest XI, you will be disappointed largely. The thing is, I'm not as nostalgic for 11 as I am for the original Dragon Warrior monsters. That is a childhood game of mine, and it's damn near perfect to my eyes. Primarily because it is gameplay only. It just gets you right in it, and then it's just you go in different warp tunnels and you go to different worlds, which it sounds like this game becomes.
Right.
I played the demo and it turned me off completely. I just thought the game had a complete identity crisis. What the hell? You're playing as Sorrow, and then there's some lore here, which is a cool concept. But it's also like a monsters game. It's very, and it makes sense that Sorrow is a monster tamer. I really like this idea of like, making it its own story. But when you're doing it as like, a low budget spin-off, you can never really give it the full attention it deserves. And I think that's unfortunate. I think they should have just picked one or the other and then rolled with it. And I don't know. That's what's confusing to me. The demo actually turned me off completely. I put this on my Christmas list early, and then I took it off, and I ended up getting it for Christmas anyway. And so eventually I would like to play it, but the excitement has died down from what I originally saw. It is a little derpy. It doesn't make sense to play a Sorrow and have him be a silent protagonist. I don't know.
I've never had a problem with the silent protagonist, and I can see why it would be a struggle here because he is obviously not a silent character in Dragon Quest IV, but I'm kind of indifferent to that with this. But one of the things that really frustrated me, and Teddy can probably appreciate this more, is that I thought that if they were going to do 4, it was going to be like a lot of locations from 4 and navigating that world now in 3D. It's absolutely nothing like that. It's like
no.
There's like 2 locations, and it doesn't even. It's like the I can't remember his hometown, but the elf area with the elf.
Rose's Tower or something. Rose
Hill. I think it's Rose Hill, right?
Yeah.
And then then like the arena from Endor. Like those are 2 locations that you do not travel between.
The Battle of Endor.
Yeah, the Battle of Endor with the Ewoks.
Probably was Star Wars inspired.
Probably. But that's it. When you're actually like in the tower, because that's what the mechanism you use to travel to different worlds, you're going to like Dark World and Candyland and like Ice World. Like there's no connection to Dragon Quest IV in it. It's and maybe it changes later. I honestly didn't beat it. I got probably a 3rd or 4th way through. I don't really know, but it is really disappointing that I didn't get to explore that world more, because Dragon Quest IV has a really cool world and a lot of really interesting things that they could have done with this kind of game, and it's just completely wasted.
And story. That's what I think. It's like there was some potential there, to say about how it was the humans and how they turned it on Sorrow. great idea, but why hand it over to this like half-ass production?
Yeah.
I like, but I do have a thought just about what does this mean for Dragon Quest going forward? Because to me, it almost seems like maybe this is some kind of stepping stone to something greater. Maybe there is some return or revival of some of the classics in some way. I don't know.
Hopefully not like this though, because once again, it was developed by Toze, and most of the game, like they usually co-develop stuff. Most of the stuff they put out by themselves though is usually filler garbage that like companies just kind of pay them to, like, oh hey, will you make this thing? So hopefully that's not that direction for the series, right?
It's funny you talk about that because Square Enix, they just had a huge like interview with the president of Square Enix, and he was talking about things like that, and because he was more talking about the Dragon Quest Dai failure, just acknowledging that it was pretty much a disaster, and he mentioned that they're going to focus on less games, higher quality, is what he said. So clearly, I think he's referencing this and other, like they released a ton of games last year. If you remember, like the Triangle Strategy, Treasures,
which Jose also worked on. They're like co-developed Treasures.
I could see that.
I was looking at this stuff
coming next month.
Dealfield Chronicles, like the farming one. Like all of those just kind of released like one on top of the other.
Oh shit! What was the farming one called?
Various. Well, there was various Daylife.
Various Daylife, and Then there was like the
Harvestella.
Harvestella. That's what it was.
Yeah, like all these just released and like didn't sell, like because they released them like on top of each other, and they were budget titles, and nobody like
really trying to milk.
Oh
that.
yeah.
Nobody cared.
Like, various Daylife was like during a direct. They're like, oh yeah, it's like out today. And like everyone's like,
huh?
Cool. like that's not a cool shadow drop. That's like a shadow drop. Like motion. Like that game needed promotion.
Right.
Shadow drop is for like games that actually fucking matter. It's like, whoa, I gotta get on that.
I feel like
nobody's like, holy shit, various Daylife.
Yeah, that's where you the shadow drops where you're like Final Fantasy VII Remake. The demo is available right now. Then you're like, holy shit! You don't do it for some game you've never heard of.
Well, like Nintendo's good at that. They're like, when Pikmin 4 has come out, they're like Pikmin 1 and 2 on the eShop right now. We were like,
right now, yeah.
What? But like, various Daylife, like nobody knows what it is.
Right.
Yeah. So hopefully, to Teddy's point, they'll not do this anymore. and make it good.
Yeah.
It's sad too, because like if there was, which again I've tried a few Dragon Quest games, but if there was like an entry point I can see myself caring about getting into, it would be here with like a Monster Tamer, because like that shit's like crack to me. But now I'm not gonna play it.
But it's interesting too, because this Monsters series has always had some history in the mainline series. The original is in between 5 and 6 with Terry, and then they had a remake of that as well. Joker is the only spin-off series where I think they really didn't have any connection, and that probably worked for its benefit. If anything, they should just bring back Joker series for Monsters. But I am curious to see, like, it was interesting to see that they did something with the 4 story, because I feel like I never really see that. Heroes also does some interesting stuff with the timelines, but that's more of like just like celebration, kind of like Hyrule Warriors-esque. Right. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm kind of sad though that Spencer that they're going to stop doing these crappy games, because I would have loved a shadow drop for Rocket Slime, My Slimy Ass, or something.
Oh my god, I would play the shit out of that. Rocket Slime was so
would be good. Unironically, yeah, Slimy Ass. Let's go. See, that's funny. That's a good game. Like this, then it's funny with the puns and stuff too.
I loved that game.
So good.
You heard it here, folks. Don't
Thank you for
Dragon Quest Monsters
wrecking this game's. Deserved it. I don't. As a fan of the series, I can't defend half-ass production. I gotta call it out when I see it too.
I'm proud because I think the best Monster Tamer on Switch is still Monster Hunter Stories 2. That's hell yeah.
You liked it?
Yeah, that game and that game got pretty good reviews too. I was like, holy shit, like cool.
I've seen that shit on sale. I liked the first Monster Hunter stories.
The second one seems more substantial. Than the
Okay,
first one.
good. I was gonna say because it's like I liked it enough, but it wasn't. It didn't seem like there was enough there. But if two's even, I might pick that shit up.
Yeah, I'm like,
Let's go.
man, that's a good game.
Nice.
Monster Month.
There you go. All right, Teddy, what do you got?
Wait, hold on. I want Spencer to go again. I'm just kidding. Daddy, you go.
I'll be fucking dead by the end. So what is Digimon?
I don't know.
Digital monsters.
Digimon are digital monsters. And in order to better understand digital monsters, I thought I'd go back to the origins. Before there were digital monsters, there were monsters in print. My game is about monsters from the print world come to life. I played Alan Wake Remastered, which is a story about Alan Wake and the monsters of the manuscript.
Did you finish it?
No, I'm on episode 5, so I have this one and the next one, and then I'm done. I'm pretty close, but it's been pretty great so far. I was enticed into the series, one, because I have the Xbox, and the remaster went on sale, and it looked pretty awesome, and Alan Wake 2 came out last year, and then, of course, everybody was talking great about it. You really liked it, Alex, and I had started the remaster a little bit into last year, and I only got more hype as I heard more about it. And it's actually pretty novel, the whole concept. I wasn't aware that games were this good in 2013. Alan Wake is an author, and this is, I guess I would describe it as a mystery third-person shooter horror blend. And he goes with his wife to a cabin to kind of find inspiration because he's got writer's block in a sense, and his wife doesn't like what she's seeing, and then she ends up going missing within the first episode, and you fight against the supernatural. Everything is, consumed by darkness, but it's always kind of balancing between what's real and what's not. And there's always this battle in your head with what's really happening. You find pages of your lost manuscript as you go through each episode and try to find more information on what happened to your wife. It's a Remedy game. It's a Finnish game. It's finished. Get it? But it's pretty interesting. I had to throw it in there. And Alex can fill me in on some of the details that I may have missed. Spencer as well, my fact checkers. But I found that every episode kept me hooked, kept me wanting to know what was happening in the story. There's a lot of cool moments. I really like it's very Metroid Prime-ish in a sense, where it's like if you scan the artifacts, you learn more about the game's story. Well, as you find the pages, you can find out more about the characters in the game. Basically, it seems like there's this supernatural presence that's taking over everyone and everything. I don't want to give too many spoilers. I guess we could do that afterwards. I don't know if Spencer's played it. But I had a really good time learning more about, Alan's backgrounds, and also just some of the side characters, Barry, and not the one from Resident Evil.
Barry Wheeler.
Barry Wheeler.
Barry Wheeler.
Wheeler.
I forget what the mountain village is called, but the people there are pretty interesting. And
is it Bright Falls? Or no, is it
Bright?
Or
something like that. And then there's Night Falls or something is the TV show.
Night
Springs.
Yeah, Night Springs is the Twilight Zone show you can watch, which has some of my favorite parts of that game. Is that little show?
I really like just all these I don't know, things that you don't have to do that you can do while you're in the game. So there are those TVs where the Night Springs, like Twilight Zone things are happening, and they don't exactly mimic what's happening in the story at the same time, but they are these like little mini horror segments, like a minute or two, filmed with real live people. So it's an interesting juxtaposition to the game that you're playing. The manuscript also is narrated by Alan, and it's fun collecting them and seeing how it compares with the main story. I had a really funny one that I picked up the other night. It just made me cackle. And then also, I found a QR code in the game that I was able to scan, and then it took me to a video on Remedy's YouTube page that was unlisted of Alan reading like and typing on his typewriter.
Mhm.
And then also with the combat, I should probably touch on that. It is based in this lightness darkness concept. So you always have like you don't always have it because they strip you of your weapons a lot, but you have to use like a flashlight or a lantern or sometimes generators or things in the open in order to reduce the darkness from the enemies on screen. And so there's always this kind of thrill of shit, I got to get the dark off them before I can start firing my weapon, because you can't kill them otherwise and you waste your bullets. So it does follow a good formula in terms of like keeping you on your toes, the horror of it. You know, it's a game you play at night with your headphones on, and you feel like it's also not just like people too. Sometimes supernatural things will be happening, like, you know, freaking barrels or bulldozers will start like getting possessed and then shaking and start just come at you, and you got to like dodge them really quickly. So you know, it's a lot of moving parts, but it's not too complicated. So I've grown used to it. I like it, and I do make decent progress in it. So I'm excited to finish it and see where it goes.
Yeah, just a correction though. You said 2013. This game's actually 2010.
Ooh.
So yeah,
There
it
you
was pretty early with this kind of game and like this format. Not a lot of games are really doing this. I think like at the time, the only comparison you can make is fucking Heavy Rain and those David Cage games, which are not comparable. Yeah, man, this game's fucking awesome, and I'm so happy you're playing the remaster. You also, just so you know, on the remaster, you have 2 bonus DLC chapters too.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, so you actually have more to go than you know, if you want to play those.
Yeah, that's cool. I did run into, and I also bought Control on sale, so I have it for when I finish. So I can do that before going to Alan Wake 2. I did run into one issue, which was on Xbox. Quick Resume will make it so that you can't hear the cutscenes.
Yep.
So
I had that happen too. I replayed this remaster like before 2 was coming out. I replayed this remaster, and there's also a side game on Xbox called Alan Wake's American Nightmare. You can still get it through backwards compatibility. It's like a side game they put out back in 2012 or something. But you know, I had that same problem. I was playing this on Series S, and when I would quick resume, there was no sound for the cutscenes, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And it was the weirdest thing.
It's super annoying. You just have to remember, if you ever like go to the menu and you restart the game, just take it off Quick Resume, and then you'll be able to hear them just fine. And if you miss it, you can always go to the main menu and rewatch the scene, so you don't have to feel too bad about that. It's annoying that's broken like that, but whatever.
If you like this game, you're gonna absolutely eat up 2. Because 2, I think, was like their vision for this game, but fully realized in a lot of ways. It's so good. Who's been your favorite character so far?
I do like I'll just go through, because I don't have one off the top, but I could like name some and let you know what I think. I mean, Barry's great, of course. Nightingale had me cracking up with the recent scene. And then there was, oh my gosh, freaking Odin and Thor. That's great.
Yes,
I love that.
Yeah. The gods of, what the fuck is their band called? The gods of something.
Gods
they
of
actually
Thunder
made
or something. Yeah.
Yeah, they actually made like
Gods of Thunder.
Yeah, no, I think it might be Old Gods of Asgard, I think, is their band. But that has
Dude,
one of
that
the
end of episode 4 scene,
one
is
of the
terrific.
best.
It's incredible. That was a great moment. Well done, Remedy.
Spencer, anything?
Well, anything I said, I probably said during our end of year discussion. But I unfortunately played the worst of their games.
Yeah, you played the worst Remedy game.
I'm sure but to be fair though, the only thing that was good about those games were the combat. So, which I'm sure they do well on the other ones. So, I mean, I'm sure I would like it, but
It's just you played the one that's equivalent to taking an Ambien.
yeah.
It's like
And I know that
they don't even
Brian
like that
joked
game that
like
much.
he couldn't follow the story, but I think that like it's actually you can follow what's going on. I would be able to summarize each of the episodes more or less. It is a little confusing, but that's the point of a mystery anyway.
I think Brian's problem was that there's more story than save princess, defeat evil king. You know, it's just like the game's actually got a bit of a not like a learning curve, but like it's got a bit of like a more poetic element to it. That's like new. For him, newer games are a lot of narrative, and he doesn't play games with a lot of narrative like that.
And Alan's funny. There's like the moonshine scene. That's incredible. I'm a writer. I'll write 10 books. Why? Because I'm a writer.
Dude, my favorite line from that game is from I think it's from the first Night Spring one you find, which is my favorite of the Night Springs. It's the guy that has like the thing where he can never die because it's like a quantum suicide, and that's my favorite. That's my favorite line. He goes, "It's known as a quantum suicide." It's so cheesy, and then I love the scene of like he's about to shoot himself in his show that he can't die, and then the kid like accidentally unplugs the machine that keeps him from not dying, and he's like, is this supposed to be plugged in? He's like, poof, shoots himself, and I'm like, this is amazing. I love this shit.
Yeah, Spencer, I recommend it. It's good. I think what makes it good too, like I mean, Resident Evil's great too, but I think you feel, even though like Resident Evil will like make it hard for you at points, Alan's just like a writer. He's just a dude with a gun and a flashlight that he's lucky to find. Like that's where I really feel like the tension. So I think that's what makes it like awesome to me.
Yeah. Something I didn't mention about the second one, because I like listen back to my my spiel about it in the game of the year. But the second one has an element to it to where when you're playing as Alan, you're constantly surrounded by these shadowy figures, and they're always whispering at you. They're like they're always like, Alan wake, Alan wake, Alan wake, and it's creepy as fuck. And the scariest part is that maybe 1 out of 10 of these enemies will attack you, but you never know when. So it gives you like a false sense of security throughout the game where you're playing as Alan. It's like, Alan wake, and I'm like, okay, they're not gonna hurt me. And then one randomly attacks me, and I'm like, oh shit! It's like it's so cool. And like, that's what I mean though. It just ups the tension, and I think I was so happy that like they revisited the series because I was such a big fan of the first game.
Yeah, and the thing too is like without a gun, you actually can't do anything.
No.
Unless it's supernatural or whatever, but
well, you can do like a flashbang, like flashbangs or like whatever. Those like
if you have them, the flares and the flashbangs.
Flares, the flares do stuff.
Yeah. Which is always cool. Is finding the flare gun if you can find some of those treasure chests. There's so much to do. Like I always love exploring in this game. I usually go off the beaten path, and I want to find as many manuscript pages as possible. The one thing that kills me is to get all of them, you have to play it on a nightmare difficulty. So I don't know if I'm gonna do that.
Do you find like the hidden like boxes full of stuff? Where you find like there's actually I don't know if you got there in the story, but there's actually an explanation of why that shit's there. Like it's not just there to be a gameplay thing. I'm like, that's smart because most games just put that stuff there as a gameplay thing.
We'll see, because there are some things I haven't gotten any of. There's like standing mannequins. I looked on the menu earlier and I was like, what is this? So I didn't even know I was supposed to shoot the stacks of cans. Alan wake, ride the wave, bro.
Are you ready for Alan month?
Just let's do it.
See how the review does. And that's game talk.
How long?
Oh, wait,
how long is Alan Wake? By the way,
the first one
probably 15 hours, 12.
Yeah, maybe
that's not bad.
Somewhere around there.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah, it's not too terribly long.
I'm almost done. I'm about 10 hours. I looked at Brian's streams. He's got a playlist. He played this game recently.
Yeah, most remedy games aren't that aren't that
Brian
long.
played
Yeah,
Alan Wake. What the fuck?
yeah,
Brian played Alan
that's what we
Wake?
were talking about. Where he was talking about how he couldn't grasp the story, and I'm like, yeah, because he's used to Mario. You know? Like,
To his credit, I am more like Brian on that one. I get lost in stories pretty quickly. I don't. I actually don't. I don't think video games tell stories very well. So I might actually side with Brian on that opinion. But I like the gameplay in those games anyway, so I'm down to play it.
yeah.
Hmm.
See, I think most Remedy games are pretty short. I think Alan 2 is the longest one they've done so far.
Really? Because Quantum Break felt like it was 30 hours long.
Well, again, that's the equivalent of taking an Ambien. So it's a boring fucking game.
Well, that's my Digimon game.
Digital monsters, physical monsters.
Yes.
Alan Wake, literal monsters, literary monsters. There we go.
Alan Wake, literary
Literary
monsters. Write about him on your
Alan-
novel.
Alan Wake,
my
where's my
favorite
wife?
Did she drown in the lake?
Spencer has a bonus.
Yeah, bonus review.
Bonus
for you.
review.
That's what we do this year. Is bonus stuff.
Is that what we're doing this year? Bonus game talk reviews?
Always. Have one queued up,
We
boys.
dropped the guests, and we're only doing bonus reviews now.
Yeah.
Spencer's our guest.
I could not pass this one up just because it's getting a lot of attention right now. It's a game called Pal World. It literally just came out yesterday.
It's not getting attention from me. I don't know what the hell this is.
Then gear up because yeah, it's getting. There's a lot of going on about this game.
PAL?
PAL
Yeah.
World, yeah. And its developer and publisher is Pocket Pair. Don't ask. I'm sure this is some kind of Chinese thing, but it's Pokemon realized is how I would describe it. It's kind of incredible. Yeah. It's you're kind of dropped in the middle of nowhere, like basically like Zelda, like modern Zelda, where they just drop you in and don't really tell you a lot, and it's like just go. And very quickly you learn that you have to do crafting. So if you're into crafting, it's that. But you'll also notice very instantly that there are gigantic monsters walking around you, and the game is absolutely gorgeous. It's like full 3D. They're just out there walking, and you can beat them up with like arrows, sticks. You like hack at them. I just started punching one as soon as I got out there. And you can collect them in balls that you have to create yourself. You have to craft your own like Pokeballs. I forgot what they're called. I literally just played it for like 2 hours yesterday.
PAL ball?
Pal balls. And you get points for collecting more of them. You gain experience. Your character levels up. You can actually put the pals to work. So you can have them like cooking. You can have them farming. You can have them doing all this crazy stuff. You can ride them if they're big enough. And I mean,
You should never ride your pal.
ride your pal. Strap a seat to their back and take them for a spin. It's phenomenal. Like it's in early access, so there's probably stuff that's missing. I didn't really encounter any bugs. It seemed to run pretty smoothly. It's on Game Pass, so if you have that, it's just download it and start playing.
There's no bug types?
There's definitely bug types. But yeah, it's like Pokemon in the real world, and it's absolutely fascinating. Whether
With guns.
with guns, yes, you can shoot them, and you can play it multiplayer as well. It's got multiplayer to it, so you can have teams and shit going on. It was a lot of fun. I was really surprised by it. So just a quick thing to throw out there is that it's there and you can play it, and it's pretty fantastic.
I think it's kind of insulting that it came out on Windows, Xbox Series X and S, and Xbox One. So I like to imagine that somebody with that old fat 2014 Xbox One is like, yes,
Yeah.
Pal World. Yeah, I've been playing it on PC, but I'm sure it would be fine with the controller. The controls aren't anything crazy. But I'm really impressed, honestly. It looks great. It plays great, and there's a lot to do.
But Spencer chose to talk about Dragon Monster Quest.
Well, I have a lot more experience with that. This is so new. It's I didn't have a whole lot of time to play this, but
You think it's got potential though?
oh, absolutely. And people are going crazy about it online. There's memes are already starting like why can't you make a game like this, Nintendo? it's like it's
well,
literally anything.
it's not Nintendo, right? It's the Pokemon company.
Well, they own
right?
it.
Are they in charge of? Well, yeah. Well, they own a stake, Nintendo. But like
Game Freak isn't Game Freak owned by Nintendo?
I think the Pokemon company is like its own thing, and then Nintendo owns a stake in the Pokemon company. It's so weird the way that works. Because I think
Game
that's
Freak's been doing weird stuff lately, like Giga Wrecker Alt or like a bunch of no-name stuff.
because like you would think Nintendo would put that much into it, right? With like the way they do other Zelda and Mario and stuff. You think they would.
Well, it was established through a joint investment by the three companies holding the copyright of Pokemon: Nintendo, Game Freak, and Creatures.
So I don't think Nintendo actually makes the choices for a lot of the games. I think it's Game Freak and Pokemon Company, probably.
I would venture they have quite the say in it. But either way, whoever it's directed at, they're like, why can't you do this?
No, come on. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet was great, right?
That's a great point.
Like
Bring up Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and put these side by side, and you will just start laughing at how embarrassingly different they are. Like, it's crazy that they can just pop out this game that's so much better, has so many cool ideas, and just looks amazing. And Nintendo just
There's nothing on this developer Pocket Pair.
Was this their first game?
Maybe this is their first game. Let me look them up on Steam. Yep, this is their only game.
No, it must be like a passion project then.
They're a Japanese
they
company.
have AI, Art, Imposter, Craftopia, and Overdungeon. I've never heard these. Oh yeah, here they are. Yeah. Oh, Craftopia has a following. I've heard of that.
This is a decent website.
But yeah, just worth noting that there is this game out here, and everyone's kind of going crazy about it right now. So
if they can find a way to bring that to Switch, that's their market.
That
right
would
there.
be the ultimate slap in the face if they brought this.
Right? Like, well, because like that's where all
They're-
these monster tamers go is the Switch. So
Yeah.
it's like if they can find a way to push that over there.
In 2010, the CEO Takuro Mizobe was working on DS development at the Nintendo Game Seminar.
Oh, cool. Got some cool tips.
So it looks like he has some Nintendo history.
Miyamoto was like, "Yeah, when I make a Pikachu,
You got to put red dots on his face. That's the key, boys.
oh, Miyamoto, yes,
Good job. Thank you. Good idea. He's got his notes. He's like red dots on cheeks.
I like
Plug
the
me
thought that
now.
like I like the thought that Miyamoto just makes all the games by himself.
Yeah.
It's just one guy. I always make Luigi green. Green. Got it.
Green Luigi. Interesting. Okay. He's got.
What if we make him purple? That's Waluigi.
No. Oh, Waluigi. Okay. Yeah. Waluigi.
Got it.
Gotcha.
I'm learning so much. That's so weird. What's the Nintendo Game Developer Seminar? Is that what you said it was?
Yeah, I have a article translated right now. I am Takuro Mizobe, president of Pocket Pair. Originally, when I was in my third year of university, I worked part-time as an engineer at Pivx to study technical aspects, and then I had my first real experience developing games at a Nintendo Game Seminar. Craftopia is being developed together with the members at the time. I thought making games was too difficult, so as a new graduate, I joined JP Morgan Securities. Along the way, I started my own business, including creating stories, sharing media stories, and virtual currency trading service CoinCheck.
The
before coming
idea
full
of
circle making games.
a Nintendo developer seminar seems like the most anti-Nintendo thing I've ever heard.
Right.
Right? That's why
Let's
it's
share our
confusing.
philosophies with everybody. Let's have an open communication to the world.
They don't do that.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Shigeru's on crack.
Dude, my favorite.
like,
What's your favorite? Sorry, go ahead, Teddy.
It just looks like he's more of a fan of the Iwata than he is the Miyamoto.
I was gonna ask, what's your favorite Miyamoto moment? Mine was the failed Skyward Sword presentation. Do you guys remember that? Where they're like trying to do the present. They were trying to do the presentation live at E3, and then the translator literally asked people in the audience because it wouldn't work, and he was like, "Can you guys turn off your phones and Bluetooth or like something like that?" He thought like the phones and Bluetooth was like interrupting the Wii communication or something, and it was like the most embarrassing moment. It was Miyamoto like trying to play Zelda up on stage and he couldn't get it to work.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
I like the successful one, the Twilight Princess one. I think he comes out at the end after the trailer on the stage.
Oh yeah, when people are fucking crying in that trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Which
standing ovation.
Which people,
if they knew how, if they knew the quality of the game, they might have been crying for a different reason.
oh come on, they would have just been meh.
Yeah, they'd be like,
it's good. Not great.
That's how those Zeldas worked. Wind Waker, when it came out, people were like, it's a kid's game, it's not great. And then when Twilight Princess came out, they were like, yes! And now it's flipped. Yeah. Everyone's like, Wind Waker, yes! And Twilight Princess is like, meh.
Yeah.
I think Twilight Princess is coming back, though. People seem to have its, diehards.
Twilight Princess is coming back.
It's coming back in a big way, boys.
Save the princess, Brian. The Twilight Princess.
What if Link was a writer?
Dear Zelda. Where you at?
Dear Mario. That's what I always think of as the
Dearest Mario.
Dearest Mario. I baked you a cake. That's what she says, right? She's like, "Dear Mario, I baked you a cake. Something, love,
something cake.
Peach." Yeah, I forgot what she says after the cake part. I'm just like, "Yeah, cake. I'm in."
Sign me up.
That's all you had to say.
I'm all caked up.
Yeah, that's what she really meant. When she's caked up, but really Mario just wants baked goods.
Your fat ass is nice and all, but I'd prefer a cupcake.
You said there was cake.
Dear Mario, I want to take edibles. So I baked a cake.
It sounds like you already have, Princess.
Yeah.
Dear Mario, let's get blasted.
I was being Chris Pratt Mario. Remember when he said he was going to do a voice? It turns out the voice he was going to do was Chris Pratt.
I think it's the only voice he knows how to do.
Guys, he was like, "No, guys, I'm doing a voice." And I watched the movie and I was like, "Yeah, he's not doing a voice."
I still have not seen that movie.
It's been a minute since I saw the movie.
I haven't seen it.
I've only watched it the one time. I'm probably not going to watch it again.
It's on Netflix.
Meanwhile, I rewatched both the Sonic movies, and I think they got it better. I think usually I would go for the animated one over the live action one.
I never saw the second Sonic movie. I just saw the first one, but it was pretty good.
The second one's good. I just rewatched it after not watching it because they're doing a Knuckles show. It's supposed to come out early this year, and then 3 is supposed to come out at the end of the year. And I was like, kind of want to watch the second movie again. I haven't watched it like the one time. So I watched it again, and I was like, it's pretty good.
There you go. Pretty good.
Sexy Knuckles.
Stay tuned next time for ranking the Sonic sex.
That was also one of my favorite moments. Is when what's the guy's name? Idris Elba, whatever. Whenever he was cast as Knuckles, and he was like, "I'm not doing a sexy Knuckles," and like everyone was like, "We didn't ask."
Idris, I still love Idris Elbow.
Idris Elbow.
Idris Elbow.
That's my wrestler name. Yeah.
Idris Elbow. You can get the Idris Elbow.
Yeah.
Whoopah!
Very nice.
Yeah. Welcome to Button Mappers 2024, everybody.
Bigger and buttoner than
Do you guys
ever.
want to? Do you guys want to make up a new segment for the end of the show?
Staring contest?
Staring contest.
That'll go over well.
Okay, ready?
No. Here, I'll judge it. I'll be the judge.
Give me a countdown.
All right. 3, 2, 1, stare.
I think I blinked.
I just actually froze my screen. That'd be funny.
I thought you did for a second.
It's like, damn, he's going for a long time. What a dumb idea for an audio podcast is a staring contest.
Thank you, Apple Podcast listeners, for tolerating our shenanigans.
They emailed us. They said we're on our last warning.
Steve Jobs emailed us. He was like, "Listen, guys,
Steve Jobs.
Do better.
Emailed us.
from the grave,
From the grave."
He was whatever.
He's like, listen,
I
you
don't
guys
wanna
want to
talk
lose
about
subscribers? You're on the right track.
Dude, I couldn't tell you who's in charge at Apple right now, and I don't want to know because it's a fucking clown show over there.
Is it?
Welcome to the rodeo.
Yeah, I don't feel like Apple's done anything innovative since like 2011.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Everything they introduce is old tech. They're like, look, we could do this, and I'm like, everything else can already do that. Congratulations, Apple.
Yeah, I love.
It's like,
that
well,
shit.
but we're getting rid of headphone jacks and the chargers, and you have to actually buy a thing an add-on for your computer. And it's like, nope, yay, get out of here, go,
Get out of here. I don't know. That is kind of
they released. Well,
was-
AirPods kind of was a big thing, right?
yeah, but I mean, everyone else has Bluetooth earbuds. That's not that different.
That's true.
they kind of bullied their way into making more money with that stuff. I guess that's kind of an impressive.
They're a fashion brand. That's what Apple is. Apple's a fashion brand.
I agree.
It's like if you have Apple products, it's because you want to have an Apple product. It's not because you want a functional product.
And the saddest truth is that nobody likes apples.
I'm going to disagree with you, Alex. I think there is something to the Apple ecosystem that is cool. I deal in Apple and Microsoft for different things.
Also, the Apple Spencer, the Apple deal.
I used iPhone up until I had an iPhone 4, and that was the last one. The last Apple product I ever owned was an iPhone 4.
Yeah.
What are you buying?
Now I'm a dirty Android user.
You filthy Android user.
Me too. I thought about switching over because I think that the new Apple phones are actually more. They score higher on like the processor speeds.
I know that like new one they put out, right? That only came in 3 colors of gray was like you could play like Resident Evil 8 and shit on it. I saw like the trailers for that. They were like, look, you can game on it, and I was like, I don't want to.
Yeah, no. But the only problem is that at this point it would be such a hassle to move all my shit over that I just don't. Every time I think it's a good idea, I'm like, nah, let's not do that.
At least you didn't get into Windows phones, right?
I almost did.
Remember those?
Because it makes sense. It's like I game on my Windows. I do all my stuff on my Windows computer. Like, it'd be cool to have a phone attached to it. I don't know. It just didn't pan out. Bummer.
Had my Windows phone and my Zune.
I remember those.
Have my Zune.
Very nice.
My cousin had a Zune. Yeah.
Do you guys high five a lot?
I didn't have a Zune. She did.
Well,
You high-fived her.
yeah, you can.
I had an
high-five
iPod
still.
Nano. I had a classic old iPod Nano. Remember those?
Yeah, I had one.
Me too.
It was blue.
And they don't
And I was blue.
I was black.
'Cause I'm blue. Da boo dee da boo da.
That's as good a place to end
To end the show.
show.
Once you go into Blue Man Group, there's no turning back.
What did
Thanks for
we
watching.
learn today? What did we learn today? We have to learn a valuable lesson each episode, like because for the education.
So guys, yes,
so
what is
we can
the
label
lesson
our
of today?
show educational, so Frozen can put it on children's YouTube.
That's where it's
The
belongs.
lesson of the day, guys, is that Digimon Survive is not an RPG.
Yeah, it's just trash.
Dragon Quest Monsters The Dark Prince is not Dragon Quest Monsters Joker, it's just Dragon Quest Monsters A Joke.
I learned that
Damn.
Xbox One games are still being released.
And I learned that Alan woke up from his nap. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Hey y'all, don't forget to subscribe to them button mappers.